Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is Greg from Pigmentor. If you want to visit London or planning to move to London, this video will be very helpful for you. Unfortunately, I cannot show the interviewer faces because they told me they don't want to show their faces in the video. So let's go. Where are you from, ma'am?
I'm from the UK, London.
How much money do you think someone need to earn every month to be able to survive in UK?
At least you can get away with minimum, I would say, about 2,500.
How much are the rents in the UK?
Okay, so if you're going to rent, because I only know in London, I'm not sure about out of London, but in London, you're looking at a one bedroom, about 1,500 for one bedroom, and that's a month. And that is sharing a bathroom, a living room, that's sharing everything, but you get a room to yourself.
What are the best places do you think people can live in London?
Um, One of the best places, central London. It's you're able to get from all of the different places, especially for work wise. So if you work in, especially in central London, goes to east, west, north, south. It goes to all of the different places. Plus, it's also economical when it comes to travel because you have all the transport, which is the cabs, the trains, the tubes, and you can do the bikes as well.
What is the best advice do you have for anyone out there who want to visit London or who want to move to London?
My advice is there's a website that I found out lately called house sitting, and what's the one that Melanie does? Do you remember? Anyway, basically, it's house sitting. So you look after pets, but you get to stay in any part of the world for free, and you look after pets, but you also get time for yourself so that you can obviously check out the area, see if it's something you want, and you really need to go to any place that you want to be and check it out before you move. And that would determine how much money you would need because you will find all of those things. Looking on the internet and the web, you do not find it unless you're there in the actual place. To me, that's you will find out the actual information that you need because the web is very different. What it tells you is not accurate, and you also get the feel of the weather, the housing, the food, everything that you need. And I think that would have, if my children want to move abroad, that's the advice I would give them. Oh, they must at least once in a lifetime go there. It's a beautiful, beautiful country, and it has a lot to offer. But it's very different from the US. It's very trying. If you come from any part of the US to England, it's very different. So you need time to adjust, and it takes a lot of time, especially if you're away from your family. But to visit and the culture and the history is amazing, second to none.
What is the hardest things living in London?
I would say
The
at
weather?
the not so much, well, yeah, the weather, but mainly jobs. It's hard to get a job unless you're very skilled. And you also know the system because it's not just you can just go there and find a job. You have to go through a process, and it takes time and effort, and you really have to want it to be able to accomplish what your dreams are. But the weather, it's terrible. It rains all the time, it's cold, and it depends on which part you go. London itself, the people are miserable. Out of London, beautiful. Everyone is very different.
What is so special about London?
Oh, the culture, the history, the food, um, the museums, oh my God, the artwork. There's so many things there and diversity. It has a little part of everything. It's part of Europe as well. So you get to experience all that and more. It's very magical. You can go there and you can have a wonderful time. Something that you would always remember for the rest of your life. It is a wonderful place. It really is.
What is the minimum wage in London or UK?
The minimum wage is £10, £10. £10 is receptionist work, shops assistants. Like the best jobs there are IT, which you make really good wages. You can do from 30 to 60,000. But to earn that, you really have to have a really high education to get those kind of jobs, and that means studying at least 4 years. And so the normal average jobs, you're looking at 10. Minimum wage is 10 pounds an hour.
Is it better, or can you get more opportunity in the U.S. than England?
From now living here, like coming up 9 years, yes, yes. But it's also it's what you want. Here you can achieve it faster. There it takes more time, but you make more money there.
You make more money there than the U.S.
Yeah. But if your skills are like my girlfriend, she's a nurse, and to work as an RN nurse here, she makes much more than she would in England. So her qualification is higher. So when she comes here, her position is higher. So she makes more than what she makes in England.
So she makes more money here as a nurse than in England.
Yeah, she would do. She was to move here. Yeah.
What is the minimum wage in England?
Right now it's like £8 to £10 an hour, and that's working as a receptionist.
Can you say something in English with your accent that we don't really say in America?
Bloody hell.
No, that's a swear word, baby. You're right,
Feel
mate.
like that's a swear word?
A sentence.
It's so lovely to be in Orlando. That's something we would say. It's lovely.
What do you do for a living, Mom?
Well, right now, I don't work in Florida, but in London, I'm a carer. So it's like a caregiver
How many years of experience do you have in doing that?
since 2010. So quite a few. But you have to remember, I go back and forth. So I only do it when I'm in London, not in Orlando.
What do you love about doing that?
I love it because I get to meet new people. I get to give them my expertise, and I form a bond with them. And I'm feeling that I'm giving back something to the community as well. Because I look after patients that's got either difficulties or they have Alzheimer's or dementia.
Do you need an education to do that?
Oh yes, you have to study and get we call it NVQ level up to 8, and if it starts off like you're an officer, then you become a support worker, and then you become management. Yes, you definitely need your qualifications.
How much money would you say someone can make in that type of job in the UK?
You can make anything from the minimum is like probably about 25,000 a year to 60,000 a year. A month. You can make anything from 2,000 to 500 a month. Yeah.
How can someone get a job like that or get in a field like that in the UK?
First, you have to go and see a career officer who would advise you on the different levels, and then you go through college where you go through just not only studying but work experience, and it may start you off in there, but it can open a lot more avenue to you, so you can end up doing access to nursing, or it can maybe get you to do mental health. They start you off not just with a carer. They have different sections that you have to learn, so you can actually branch off and get other qualifications for other jobs. So you need to study. It takes between, depending if you want to be a carer, it's about a year. But if you go into mental health or access to nursing, it's 4 years plus.
What is the hardest things in doing that job?
The emotion side of it, because the people that you care for, which we call them service users, some of them do die, and that is very, very hard to take.
What is the best advice do you have for anyone out there who is doing that type of job, especially in the UK?
Stay with it, stick with it, and it's very rewarding when you qualified and get your qualifications, and it opens a lot more avenue, not just by what you're studying, but when you go forward into it, it will give you a sense of
Satisfaction.
Yes, and it will give you kind of it just make you feel like you've done something not only for yourself but for someone else, and the rapport between you and your patients is priceless. It really is, because you know that what the training and everything that you learn, the experience and what you give to them, it all comes together. So it just makes you feel really, really good inside. It makes you feel like you're doing something that is worthy. You know, it's not just a job. It's something that is part of you as well, because it's not just a rapport with you. You get to know the whole entire family, and you have a rapport with them, and you have a care plan that you go through with them as well. So it's for me personally, I love the job for that reason, and the one-to-one. I see patients one-to-one. So, like I said, you form the bond, and that's where it becomes really, really special. But also the emotion side of it is quite sad if anything happens. Yeah.
What do you wish you knew before starting in that job?
Um,
Or what do you wish you knew before becoming a caregiver?
Caregiver. Especially the emotion side. What you're told is not. Anyone can tell you something, but when you actually experience it, is very different, because it your emotion comes out from it. So it opens a lot of feelings about certain aspects of the job, but it doesn't matter what they tell you, to be honest, because you have to experience yourself, and what someone else is experiencing, it doesn't always mean it's going to be your experience. So I would always think you need to do it and go for it yourself to know if it's the right thing for you. And it's not an easy study either. You have to put a lot of time and effort, because not only are you doing the actual written work, but you're actually taken to the premises where you train as well. So you know for definite if you want it or not. And sometimes they throw you in the deep end with no experience, and you learn very quickly, and then you will know if that's the job for you. Because if you can last that day, that's it. You can do it. Yeah.
How much do you guys pay for taxes in the UK? And how's the economy in the UK?
Our tax is 17.5 when you're earning anything from say 15,000 to, I think it's up to 40,000. After 40,000, it's 20 plus, 20, and I think it's 20 to 25, and over for taxation. It's really bad now. It's not as good as it used to. Jobs are very hard to get. Food prices are up. Rent is up. Whatever we're experiencing in Orlando is all over the world, and that includes the UK as well. And the quality of our national health is deteriorating. Everything is. It's not as good as it used to be. So the economy is really, really bad right now.
Where would you rather to live, the US or the UK?
That's quite a difficult question. As much as I love the US, I think the UK. Yeah.
Why did you decided to move to the US from London?
Because I've always loved it here. I used to come
That's
visit
a
my
bold-faced lie.
family.
That's a bold-faced
Yes, I
lie.
did.
Stop the camera. Stop the camera.
I used to.
Stop the camera.
I used to
She
come
fell in love
here.
with me. She fell in love.
I used to come here and visit all the time, and I fell in love with Florida itself. And I went different places, but I met my husband in New York, and then we moved to Orlando.
Mom, you look very confident. Why are you so confident like that?
Because I was brought up there for one. There is so much more there that I enjoy. Orlando, like I said, is beautiful, and I love it here too. But it's my home. UK is still my home, and it always will be.
What steps do you take daily to boost your confidence?
I'm very spiritual, so I do a lot of affirmations, and we pray together. And it's just really thanking God every morning for actually waking up, and that's like kind of help me throughout the day. And of course, having a man in my life that's always telling me, he's always complimenting me and making me feel good about myself. That always helps.
How old are you, if may I ask, ma'am?
56.
At 56 years old, what is the best life advice do you have for anyone out there?
Whatever you want to do in life, do it. Don't leave it. And if you want to travel, do it when you're young. Don't wait until life passes you by and think, I'll do it when I retire. No. Anything you want to do in this life, because you never know what, can happen. We had COVID, which was a disaster, and lots of our family and friends died. So my advice is, you want to do something, don't make a bucket list, just do it. Just go ahead and do it and enjoy life.
What is the best advice do you have for anyone who is living in the UK right now?
Stay strong, and enjoy your life each and every day, and be grateful for what you have.
Thank you so much, mom. Thank you so much, guy. I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Sorry for taking your time. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much.